Okay, welcome back. We've got episode 6. I'll just give you a moment to appreciate the music. It's not about music. Anyway, just a quick recap. As we play more of these games, we learn more about it. Since the story was never given to us in complete form, but basically, we get called to another world. We're not the only ones that got called to this world. However, these people from the world that we came from, Earth, that we know it, one of them became Lord British. And he charged us, which we're called not only the Stranger, but the Avatar. And Ultima 4 would become the Avatar, okay, which is a person of virtue in this game. But we get charged with defeating Minax. No, it's not Minax. Minax is from Ultima 2. Mundane, that's the one. And in doing so, we get led straight to Ultima 2, in which Lord British charges us with defeating Minax. And she's opened up time rifts through her magic, excessive amounts of magic, and I ended up with 3 different lands, more or less. Sosaria, Earth, and another one. And as we defeat Minax, the lover of Mundane, we get led into Ultima 3, which is Exodus. And again, Lord British charges us with defeating Exodus, which ends up being a computer, which is also called the child of Mundane and Minax. All of this closed the rift and changed the world as everyone saw it in Sosaria, and it became Britannia. And in Ultima 4 we get charged with the quest of the Avatar, which shrines arose would be the best word for it, from the 3 principles of truth, love, and courage. It becomes 8 virtues, and thus 8 shrines. Of course, there's also 8 opposing dungeons to those shrines. There are other dungeons on top of that, most notably Mount Doom. When we complete the quest of the Avatar and defeating the nasty buggers, I'm not sure what to call them. I can't remember if there was any great evil that we needed to defeat. I can't recall. Then we get thrust into Ultima 5, which is Warriors of Destiny, and this is where Lord Blackthorn rose to some level of power, kidnapped the Lord British, and somehow scatter the crown and scepter and amulet. of which we collected. Also, 3 Shadow Lords appeared, from which caused Lord Blackthorn's mind to be corrupted. So we defeated the Shadow Lords with the Flames of Truth, Love, and Courage. And we also had to revisit the shrines for whatever reason, which we also ended up having to get a sandalwood box and a few other items, grappling hook, magic carpet, yada yada. And we ended up rescuing Lord British. Then Lord British, at the end of the game, through a vivid dream through the Avatar, we saw that Lord British rose up against Lord Blackthorn. Of course, Lord British has the ultimate power, so there's that. So if Lord British has the ultimate power, why is he getting us to do things? Well, he's also a very busy man. You'll learn more about that sort of thing later. After Ultima 5, we get home, back to Earth. And we end up having a rest, and this is what led us to here. So let us go through the introduction. Sensitivity is a bit higher on the mouse. Oops. Okay, here's the introduction I wanted to show. Upon your world, 5 seasons have passed since your triumphant homecoming from Britannia. You have traded the Avatar's life of peril and adventure for the lonely serenity of a world at peace. But television supermen cannot take the place of friends who died at your side. Outside, a chill wind rises. What could that possibly be? And in the moments, the storm is upon you. Tongues of lightning lash the sky, conducting unceasing crescendo of thunder. In a cataclysm of sound and light, a bolt of searing blue fire strikes the earth. Lightning among the stones is this a sign from distant Britannia? You bolt from your house, stumbling, running blind in the storm, into the forest, down the path, through the rain, to the stones. Near the stones, the smell of damp, blasted earth hangs in the air. In a frozen moment of lightning-struck daylight, you glimpse a tiny obsidian stone in the midst of the circle. Wondering, you pick it up. And from the heart of the stones, a softly glowing door ascends in silence. Exultant memories wash over you as you clutch the stone. When you last saw an orb such as this, it was cast down by Lord British to banish the tyrant Blackthorn, which we saw in a dream, according to Ultima 5. But your joy soon gives way to apprehension. The gateway to Britannia has always been blue as the morning sky, except for in Ultima 5, where it was red as well. Abruptly, the portal quivers and begins to sink into the ground. Its crimson light wanes. I say it was red. I said it was red in Ultima 5 as well, but that was only at the very end. So the world gates or moon gates are typically blue. It's blue moon gates are more of a local portal, local to that planet kind of thing. Desperation makes the decision an easy one. So it's safe to assume that for whatever reason, the moon gate, the red moon gate, is a sort of interspatial portal, is one way to say it. Interspace, interdimensional portal. Let's have a look at the rest of the introduction, or should we just create a character? I'll just have a look at the introduction. We can skip it later. Dazed, you emerge from the portal to find yourself standing on a desolate plain. Nearby rests a massive rune-struck altar, shrouded in moonlit fog. At first, the plain is still. Then 100 voices raise a slow, death-like song, growing closer and closer with each passing moment. You are seized by an urge to run. But you have no place to go. Before you can offer a protest to the creatures who surround you, Slay claws grasp your body. With unearthly strength, the monsters bind you to the altar stone. Kneeling, the hordes sway and chant as stately winged nightmares step forward. The leader unwraps a velvet-covered, brass-bound book and recites from it in a formal, stilted tone. Shouts and cheers explode from the masses as the priest slams shut the book. In his hand, a malignant dagger drips with moonlight. You close your eyes, a dying scream, certainly your own, curdles the air. Cat calls, the dagger, a scream, death. Pandemonium shrieks of rage, of terror. From the inevitable, an impossibility emerges. You are still alive. Silent red fills the darkness. There is a wooden clack of a crossbow, and a violet-fletched rose blooms in the priest's barren forehead. Oh look, it's Yala, Shamino, and Dupre. In reverse order. Friendly faces vault from a newborn moongate, while a rain of quarrels holds the furious mob at bay. The knight Dupre's sword flashes twice in the darkness, slaying away your bonds. Quickly, old friend, to the gate. Accompanied by the swordsman Shamino and a grinning crossbow-wielding Ialo the Bard, Dupre thrusts a spare sword into your hand. Snatching the fallen priest's book, Ialo dives into the redness with Shamino at his heels. The howling throng surges forward, all of one terrible mind. The gate wanes rapidly as you and Dupree charge through, but not rapidly enough. From the mob's vanguard, three of the abominations scramble toward the gate. Driven by fury, the creatures hurl their bodies into the portal's last handspan of light. Okay, we could transfer a character, but it requires an actual floppy disk. So we'll just have to create a character. Not that it makes any difference, because only the name transfers across. But we'll go with what we've done so far. And this time we can choose portraits. That's the typical one. Not that it matters which one we choose, it doesn't change a great deal. It changes the portrait while you're talking, but your character will still have blonde hair, blue eyes kind of thing. Welcome, O Seeker. A lonely stroll along an unfamiliar forest path brings you to a curious gypsy wagon. Its exotic colours dapple in the summer shade. A woman's voice rings out with friendship beckoning you into across the wagon's threshold, and as it happens, into another life. At last thou hast come to fulfill thy destiny, the gypsy says. She smiles as if in great relief. Sit before me now, and I shall pour the light of virtue into the shadows of thy future. On a wooden table, 8 bottles stand, a rainbow of bubbling liquids. Behold the virtues of the Avatar. The woman says, let us begin the casting. Each of those bottles represent a virtue. And now we get asked questions and we have to choose. This choose the type of character you play, i.e. ranger, warrior, fighter, bard, that sort of stuff, mage, wizard, priest, healer. Thy parents wish thee to become an apprentice. 2 positions are available. Does thou become an acolyte in a worthy spiritual order, or become an assistant to a humble village cobbler? Oh, we'll go with a spiritual order. During a pitched battle, thou dost see a fellow desert his post, endangering many. As he flees, he is set upon by several enemies. Dost thou justly let him fight alone, or risk the sacrifice of thine own life to aid him? Well, let's sacrifice him. Thou art sworn to uphold our Lord, who doth participate in the forbidden torture of prisoners. Each night their cries of pain reach thee. Dost thou show compassion by reporting the deeds, or honour thy oath and ignore the deeds? We'll just show compassion, why not? Thou hast been prohibited by thy absence, Lord, from joining thy friends in a close-pitched battle. Dost thou A. refrain, so thou may honestly claim obedience, or B. show valour and aid thy comrades, knowing thou may deny it later? I'll just go A again. Thee and thy friends hath been routed, and ordered to retreat. In defiance of thy orders, dost thou stop in compassion to aid a wounded comrade, or sacrifice thyself to slow the pursuing enemies that others may escape? B, I think we might be wanting. I'm trying to aim for the ranger type thing. I can't remember what rangers are. Rangers might be sacrifice, maybe. Thy friend doth seek admittance to thy spiritual order. Thou art asked to vouch for his purity of spirit, of which thou art uncertain. Dost thou honestly express thy doubt, or vouch for him, hoping for his spiritual improvement? Well, if we go spiritual improvement, we'll start heading towards more of a wizard slash mage, which are generally weaker unless you use spells. So we'll go A, honestly. Thee and thy friend are valiant but penniless warriors. Thou both seek forth to slay a mighty dragon. Thy friend does think he slew it, but the killing blow was thine. Dost thou honestly claim the reward, or sacrifice the gold for the sake of thy friendship? We'll go sacrifice. Oh no, we needed to go spirituality. Damn it. Okay, that's fine. Because honesty is a mage or wizard. The path of the Avatar lies beneath thy feet. Worthy Snape, the gypsy intones with a mysterious smile. She passes you the flask of shimmering liquids. Drink of these waters and go forth among our people, who shall receive thee in joy. As you drink from the flask, Vertigo overwhelms you. A soothing mist obscures the gypsy face, and you sink without fear into an untroubled sleep. So Ultima could be just a whole huge drug trip. You awaken at a different time upon another world shore. Though the Avatar's quest brings you both triumph and tragedy, never do you stray from the path of the 8 virtues. The sagas from Ultima 4 and 5 chronicle your perilous travels, and your name and your deeds are written forever amongst Britannia's legends. That's because in Ultima 1, 2, and 3, time was rewritten, so only a handful of people know what really happened. Finally, tempered by your struggles against the enemies of virtues, you are proven ready to answer the epic challenge of Ultima 6. And here we are. And if you can't tell, there's an enemy there. Well, no. Yes, no, yes, no. Well, enemy there, there, and there. So we've got to take them out. Out of range. Snake barely wounded. Okay. Do we get to fight as other people? Maybe not as much. What's this? Not in solo mode. We're in solo mode? Why are we in solo mode? We should not be in solo mode. But it looks like we might have no choice in the matter. Okay, no choice in the matter. Okay. Oh. Oh, there we go. Finally. There we go. So, even though we died once straight away, that might be just a glitch as well. Anyway, let's talk to Lord British. And then we'll end this episode here for now, I think. You see, the noble ruler of Britannia. Snape, tis good to see you again. Much hath happened since thou last departed our realm, but I must make sure 'tis truly thee. Oh dear. Only the Avatar would know what was contained in the compendium I sent. How canst one finish off rotworms? Okay, this is going to take me a little bit, so bear with me. I've got to find the material that goes along with this. Okay, compendium. So we want rotworms. I might just show the compendium if I can. Bear with me a moment. There we go. might have to read this out. I, Lord British, write this exhortation in my own hand, that you may, my virtuous champion and avatar, might gain full appreciation of the significance of the times which face us. Though evil has often raised its rebellious hand, I feel we now face a threat far greater than any yet encountered. In the past, you and your companions have risen faithfully to the challenge, undaunted by overwhelming odds, unwavering in your adherence to the path of virtue. Yeah, we're a good guy. We place our trust in you once more, as though seeking vengeance against the light of the forces of darkness have renewed their malevolent aggressions. Not content to remain in their own realm, demonic emissaries from the underworld have begun making incursions into our land. It is fortuitous that you have returned to Britannia in these perilous times. Study the words which follow, for they are essential to your quest, and that quest is essential to the continued existence of the human race. For more than a fortnight, I have dictated my thoughts and admonition to the venerable Mobius, the keeper of the libraries of the Lyceum. He has scrupulously recorded my every word. He has scrupulously recorded my every word, and when called upon, made illustrations to aid our understanding. I have affixed my seal to this letter to assure you that these are indeed my words. Take them to heart, heed my counsel. Gird yourself with infinite wisdom of truth, love, and courage, for at the end of your quest lies a destiny foretold in ancient times. One shall arise who possesses the strength of an army, the vision of a prophet, and the heart of a saint. Truth, love, and courage. This great one will bring an end to the struggle between the darkness and the light. Pray that you are indeed the one, for should you fail, the light of life will surely be extinguished, and darkness will reign forevermore. Lord British, Sovereign of Britannia. That might be for another time, just the chronicles, basically. And it goes on the tale of Ultima 1, of Ultima 2, Ultima 3, Ascension of the Ultima in Ultima 4, and the subversion of the Shadow Lords in Ultima 5, and today's threat is the Gargoyles in the False Prophet. Serpent's Hold, Principal Towns, Buccaneer's Den, yada yada yada, and that's handy to know. Commerce, Call to Adventure, The Way of the Fighter, The Way of the Bard, The Way of the Mage, or The Way of the Avatar. Adventuring as a party, the party in conflict, party at rest, cosmology, aka Moongate. The secret knowledge of the mage, the arcane art of spellcasting, alchemy of spellcasting, Luguina's magic, spellcaster's words power. Yeah, most of those won't have changed. Weapons, missiles, beastery. Here we go. Let's see if we can find rotworms. Rotworms. Born of the decaying detritus which carpets the swamplands, these loathsome invertebrates are more a nuisance than a threat. A pass of your torch across their path will usually keep them at bay. Okay, I think the keyword there is torch. So let me just do this and that. Whoops, not that one. Not that one. That one. And boom. Okay. Whoops. Sorry. Let me just quickly. There we go. So basically, we say torch. Thou art correct. How doth giant squids crush their prey? So I go back to the compendium, which I won't switch over to for you guys, but we're looking for giant. No, how about squid? Oh, hydra. No. Sea serpent, scorpion, giant, silver serpent. Okay, squid, giant, squid, giant. The dreaded scourge of all mariners. This horror of high seas is legendary for its ability to destroy a large sailing vessel with its dexterous tentacles and crushing beak. It being extremely strong and durable, one should avoid confrontations with the nemesis of the deep. How doth giant squids crush their prey? That would be tentacles, wouldn't it? One hopes. Well, wrong screen. No, it is not the correct name. Consult the compendium. That correct. Oh, okay, it's beak. What creatures of what creature are wisps often mistaken for? Okay, back to the compendium. Wisp, often mistaken for harmless forest firefly. Okay, there you go, firefly. There we go. Those 3 questions are just copy protection crap. Since I own the game, it doesn't apply. Because I can easily look at the answers, even though you can find the answers on the internet very regularly, very easily. It is these, indeed, Snape. Take this key. It will unlock the gatehouse by the southern entrance to the castle. Yeah, without answering those questions, you can't get the key and you can't leave the castle. Then you can use the lever inside to raise the portcullis, and the crank will lower the drawbridge. The same key will also let you into the sewers under the castle. Now let me tell thee what hath transpired since thy last visit. The vast underworld from which thou dost rescued me hath collapsed. Oh. Yet still there are forces of evil abroad in the land. Yeah, gargoyles, which there was no gargoyles in Ultima 5, but there were demons. Demons and gargoyles look very much alike. Britannia is under attack by gargoyles such as those thou just fought. They have been coming up through the dungeons, and thus they have mainly been attacking the shrines of the 8 virtues. There's a reason behind that, and that's the reason we're playing Ultima 6, the False Prophet. As you can see, the shrines and virtues are a different color. If you click on those or type them in, one of those 2 words, you can get more information about that particular topic. When the Shrine of Compassion did fall, Sir Geoffrey sent a party to free it. Shrine of Compassion is in Cove. And do thou ask him of this mission? Perhaps thou canst prove of some assistance. Whilst thou art here, I have a room in the castle set aside for thy personal use. Yay! 'Tis the west wing. 'Tis in the west wing of the castle, just south of my own chambers. Oh, great! We get to hear him have sex. I have had my servants place some equipment in there in case thou shouldest need of it. Of course, thou mayst feel free to borrow anything in my castle if thou shouldest need it. Lastly, any time thou dost need healing, do thou but ask me. Crackies. If thou dost wish me to repeat all this later, thou need but ask. Yeah, let's just leave it at that for now. And we go to the room. Oops. This should be Lord British's room. Or maybe not. There we go, finally everyone's here. Oh no, or is this... That could be it. Yeah, that looks more like Lord British's room. Nice. We'll probably need that. But I think this is the room that he was talking about. Yeah, more or less. So I'll go in here. Let me see if I can figure out how to save this game. Nope. As you can see, that's the avatar there, for whatever reason, and he's got black hair, so... And that's Shamino. That's Duplay. And the other guy is Yellow. Command. I think we might need to... just pick up all this. Did I just pick up a chest, did I? Let's just drop that here. No, not possible. I'll just drop the chest back down because there shan't be anything in there. Nice. It's always good to have extra reagents. Oh, more reagents. I'll have to move them around. Rightio. Right. Okay, I can't remember how to save. Oh, there we go. Okay, we saved it. And we'll come back another time and do some more on it. Just wanted to get the introduction out of the way and a few minor things, and yeah, we'll come back and explore Britain and hopefully complete. And I'll try and do it in sections, like each city kind of thing, which will involve at least one shrine, the city, and a dungeon. There'll be probably a number of side quests, so each town will probably be a fairly long time, probably 4 odd hours. So we'll see. But anyway, adios for now, amigos.